back, everybody, to the rerunning of the Magic Millions Day. Gold Coast they had to push the meeting back to this day because it was too wet to run on Saturday. But going to be a great racing for a Thursday, which you definitely don't see a feature race being run on a Thursday. But a lot of winners to be found, and quite a few at value, I thought, considering now it's a soft track. And I've done my form on soft to heavy ground. So let's get into the preview and find some winners. Race number 1 of the Gold Coast is the Magic Millions Cutest Open Handicap over the 1300 metres, and I'm with Indiscreetly now. I had this horse for second originally, but I'm now got it on top, now with the soft track. Good draw and barrier for Michael Cale with the 54. It's going to take a power beating here. Loves the Gold Coast track, loves this distance, and on soft ground, $7. That price won't last. Alpine Edge, I was happy to take on at the price. Now on a soft track, J-Mac on for the Edmonds team. It can win, but I'm not going to be putting my cash on, considering he's had 2 unplaced runs on heavy ground and 1 unplaced run on soft ground, and has an unplaced run at the distance. So, happy to be against him. F-Troop for third. That hasn't changed. In great offence, the roughie now I've got for fourth. But Indiscreetly, I think, can win the first race here, being the Magic Millions Cutest Open Handicap. 25 to win on him. Race number 2 at the Gold Coast for the revised Magic Millions Day, and it's the $1 Million Magic Millions Trophy quality over the 2,200 metres. And I'm actually pretty keen here on Zoom on in this race. Drawn the 4, likely goes forward. Brett Abdallah in the saddle, 54 kilos, lightweight. Should get an easy lead here, with the other 2 speed influences being Grand Slam and Too Much Caviar, where Too Much Caviar is drawn out wide, and Grand Slam, I don't think they'll be that pressed. They're not going to go that hard early, considering first go 2,200 metres, but does have JK in the saddle. So I think Zoom On should get an easy lead in front and should give them a beating here. From Too Much Caviar for second, winner of its last 2. I think he'll stay all day. Just needs to find a position from the draw, but has a good weight with Regan Bayless in the saddle of 54. Deficit, I had this horse on top on Saturday. I've now got it for third. I still think he can win, but if this turns out to be a genuine heavy track, he'll struggle. And So Dapper, the other one I thought was over the odds at $26. But I'm with Zoom On in the Magic Millions Trophy quality, 35, the win for Brett Abdallah. Race number 3 of the Gold Coast, and it's a feature of the day. It's a $2 million Magic Millions 2-year-old classic, and here we go again. Empire of Japan's on top. This is after 2 runs through the form on top of the ground and on wet ground. I think he's going to bolt in here. He's the one to beat again. Yeah, I think he'll win this. Very confident in his chances for James McDonald and the Snowden team. Drawn out wide, but he goes back anyway, so that's not going to be any issue at all. And with the speed on paper, he should be flying home. From Skirt the Law, one of the speed influences in the race, 2 from 2, been very impressive its past 2 starts, only 2 runs. But what's he been beating? Nothing, in my opinion, but has done it well. Good draw here. It has a lightweight from Ryan Maloney for Tony Golan. Good chance. Platinum Jubilee comes into the race with the soft ground. From barrier 7, considered pretty handy. I think can run well. And Croation Belle, another one that'll be charging home with Empire of Japan. Over the odds at $15. But Empire of Japan, I've said it once, I'm going to say it again. 1 to beat, and my money will be on him. 30 to win in the Magic Millions 2-year-old classic. Race number 4 at the Gold Coast is a $2 million Magic Millions 3-year-old guineas, and I'm going to say it like I did with Empire of Japan. Yellow Brick on top, and clearly the one to beat. Very special horse. Has won its past 4, impressively winning his last start, being King of the Mountain, the inaugural running of the race under Ben Thompson. He sticks here from barrier number 5. He's open favourite. He's been backed into favourite on Saturday. And I think he's going to take a power beating here, and I'm quite confident he can win this. Russian Conquest for second. The soft track really plays into her hands, and I think can run really, really well here. But I think the boy is going to be a little bit better for the girl here. Then came Hell I Am. Really good record, this horse. Third up, I think can show a bit of an intent here. Jamie Carroll, but does have the white barrier. And Fashion Legends, winner of its past 3 runs, and has been impressive in its last 3. Josh Parr aboard, but does have the white barrier of 18. But Yellow Brick on top in the 3-year-old guineas. I'm quite confident that he's a moral here and just wins. Race number 5 at the Gold Coast for Magic Millions, and it's the Fillies and Mares for $1 million over the 1,300 metres, and I'm with Kiku here. The soft track, potentially heavy ground, hasn't put me off. I'm even more keen on his chances now. Soft ground, this horse will be absolutely bolting, and I'm very keen on his chances now. Brett Abdallah in this saddle. It points to a win for mine. It did on Saturday, and I think it'll still be winning here. From Brookspire for second. Heavy, soft ground really brings this horse into the race. Second up for James McDonald. Will handle the track and will handle the distance and will handle the ground without a worry in its hat. So very good chances. Brookspire. Barosa had to mark it down because of the wet track, but still can still run well. But just a query for mine on the heavy / soft ground. There has won on soft and has won on heavy before, so has to be considered a good chance. And Belle Rouge I thought was over the odds at $16, but Kiku for mine, and then Phillies and Mares $1 million Magic Millions plate 45 the win. Race number 6 of the Gold Coast, and it's a Magic $1 million sprint over the 1200 meters, and I'm with Moatai here. Bit of value in the race I found. Drawn the 10 for Casey Fogden and Andrew Mallyon to ride. Andrew Mallyon's ridden in his past 2 trials, went absolutely bolted in, both at Bedesert. Its first winning by 8.5 lengths, its second over 900 meters, winning by 2.8 against some pretty good horses in Aquarius, and he's a hot foot. But I think can come up to the level he needs to here to win first up. He's 3 from 3 first up. He handles at 1200 meters well. He loves soft ground. Just probably want to get back into that soft range for him, but I'm confident he can handle the heavy. The 56 kilos, trialled well, the record first up. Andrew Mallyon sticking Raceday, all points to him winning this for mine, and I think he will. From the obvious one here, King of Sparta for second. Just on the soft ground, I was happy to take him on, but he's still going to run a cracking race. Just a query of how he's going to go on heavy ground. Action Hard Empire over the odds for the two of them. But Moatai, my selection in the $1 million Magic Millions Sprint 35, the win. Race number 7 at the Gold Coast, and it's another race over the 1200 meters, but this time it's the Magic Millions, the Syndicate, Wait for Age for $1 million, and I'm with Scallopini. Very keen on this horse's chances now that the track's been downgraded. I think it's going to run a hell of a race and win here first up, because it's got a very impeccable record first up. 11 starts for 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third, and loves wet ground. 7 starts on soft ground for 5 wins in a second. Only 1 star on the heavy for a duck egg, but I still think it can run well here. Barrier 7, Mark Zara on. It all points to a win from mine. From Hidden Wealth for second. This horse has been really well, going really well, and it's all 4 starts. Just a query if it's going to handle the soft ground, but Golan wouldn't have it in here if it didn't, so he thinks it will, and I think it will as well. Contemptuous, the real danger in the race to all of these, at $13 is over the odd Theode Hoisted team and Craig Williams. I think he'll run a big race here, and Direct, could a soft track be the making of this horse? $26 to find out, but Scallopini for mine on top in the Syndicate for at Wait for Age level 40 the win. And race number 8 of the day at Magic Millions at the Gold Coast to round out the card on what's going to be a terrific day is the $1 million Magic Millions Cup over the 1425 meters, and I'm very keen here on Vega 1. The downgrading of the track is going to immensely help this horse. Jamie Carr in the saddle. 3 goes on heavy for a win in a second. 3 goes on soft for a second and a third. 8 goes at the distance for 3 wins in a second. And 1 start at the Gold Coast for a win. I think the Group 1 winner can stamp itself back in style here and win this race. From Holyfeild for second. Again, the soft track will improve its chances. Been racing in great heart this campaign. 1 first up and then has been placed twice behind Emerald Kingdom. Oh, Emerald Kingdom and you called it, sorry. And then Oscar Zulu, the market elect, when on Saturday, I think I've got it for third. I don't think it can win, but I'm not going to be putting cold water on it. Like I said on Sunday, J-Mac for Chris Weller generally goes pretty well. And Emerald Kingdom, my original on top selection, I've got him for 4th because it's just the soft ground. He hates soft ground, but yeah, I don't think it'll win. I don't think it'll win being a wet track. But Vega won on top of the Magic Millions Cup. Quite keen for Jamie Carr, 25 to win. Thank you very much for watching my re-review of the Magic Millions Day at the Gold Coast. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow for my preview of Moonee Valley.